Okay, so for today's class, we're going to be focusing on balance, and we're going to start off our class sitting on the mat, just in an easy cross-legged position. And you can close your eyes if you like, and we're just going to take a minute to bring our attention to our breath and setting our intention for our practice today, whatever that may be. Whatever you need to get out of our class today, whether it's to let something go, whether it's just to find some peace, whether it's just for quiet, whatever it is, just setting that intention as you're focusing on your breath. Deep inhales and long exhales. From here, we're going to do some stretches. So we're going to take our arms behind us. So we're going to take an inhale, extend our arms behind us, feeling that stretch along the chest area. Exhale, bring your arms forward, feeling the stretch in your shoulder blades. Inhale, arms behind you. Exhale, arms forward. One more time, inhale. Really feeling that stretch. Exhale, arms in front of you. Bringing our hands down, we're going to move into some side bends. So on an inhale, lift up your left arm. Exhale, bend to the side. Really extend that arm as far as you can to feel the stretch in your left ribs. Back to center. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bending to the left. Feeling the stretch in the right rib, bringing your breath to the area that you're stretching. Inhale, back to center. Extending your legs out in front of us, bringing your left leg over your right. Tucking in that right leg if you'd like for a deeper stretch, or you can leave it extended, completely up to you. Making sure that your hips are rounded. We're going to do a side twist, so right arm up. Exhale, bring it over your left knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist a little bit more. And release. Legs out in front of you. Opposite side, so we're taking our right leg, tucking in our left, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, one last exhale. Coming back to center. Bringing our legs behind us into a tabletop position. Tucking your back toes under. Lifting your hips up to the sky into downward facing dog. In your down dog, pay attention to your spine and that it's straight. And it's not curled like this. So if you're curving your spine at all, then don't lower your heels as much. So just go as far as you can so that your spine is straight and your hips are pushed back. Keep your legs loose. You can walk your dog. Just relax the leg muscles to prepare them for our balancing exercises today. Walking up to the front of your mat, taking a few steps into a forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we're going to bring our right leg behind us, keeping your left leg bent into a lunge. Inhale, raising your arms up to the sky into a high lunge. Just find your balance. Inhale, bringing your hands and your palms together. Exhale, twist over to your left knee so that you're on the outside of your left knee. And just focus on something if you need to, feeling your feet grounded. Inhale, back up. Bringing our arms now behind us, clasping our hands together and feeling the stretch along the chest area. And just breathe. Take an inhale, exhale, come forward so that your chest is now resting over your left thigh. Your gaze is forward to the ground. Release your arms, bring them down to the mat. Your left foot meets your right into downward facing dog. Now your right leg is going to go up to the sky, bringing it in between your two hands into a lunge position. Get your balance. Your feet is rooted onto the ground. Inhale, raise your arms up into a high lunge. Bringing your palms together. Inhale, exhale, and twist to the outside of your right knee. Releasing your hands, sitting up tall, bringing your hands behind your back and clasping them one more time, feeling the stretch along the chest area, your shoulder blades. Your legs are strong and steady. Inhale, exhale, lower your body over your right thigh. Dropping your hands to the ground, your right foot meets your left into downward dog. We're going to move into a little vinyasa, bringing your body into plank. Start to lower yourself down into a low plank chaturanga, flipping your toes underneath, so now you're resting on your toes. Your legs are still lifted. Inhale, lifting up your chest into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat. And roll yourself up on an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to warm up the body a little bit more now and do a series of sun salutations. So we're going to take the first one slow. We're going to take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower your hips down into chair. Drop your hands down to the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, your back is flat. Exhale, bring your feet back into plank. Chaturanga down into a low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your left leg comes up to the sky. Bring it in between your two hands into a lunge position. Bringing your arms up. Get your balance. Hands back down to the mat. Left foot meets right into plank. Chaturanga down one more time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up. Moving it in between your two hands. Raising arms up to the sky into high lunge. Just feel that balance. Hands back onto the ground. Right foot meets left. Lower down into a slow push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that series a couple more times. And we're going to try and go a little bit quicker. Get the heart beating a little faster. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower your hips down as if you're sitting in a chair. Release your hips, hands down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down. Back into plank. Lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up. Bringing in between our two hands. Lifting up into high lunge. Lowering your hands down to the mat. Left foot meets right. Back into plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg comes up. Bringing your foot into between the two hands. Raising your hands up to the sky, high lunge. Exhale, hands come back to the floor. Right foot meets left. Lower yourself down again into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can either walk up to the front of the mat or hop to the front of the mat, whatever you prefer. Into forward fold. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hands back to heart center. We're going to do that one more time. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower down into chair pose. Release your hips, hands come to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg comes up to the sky. Bringing in between your two hands. Raising hands up to the sky into high lunge. Get your balance. Hands come back down to the ground. Your left foot meets right. Back into plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg to the sky. Bringing it in between your two hands, high lunge. Exhale, hands come back down to the ground. Right foot meets left into plank. Chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Either walk up to the front of your mat or hop. Take a deep inhale. Hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Whew, a little bit of a workout there. And just take a minute to catch your breath. Feel your feet grounded into the floor beneath you. You're strong and you're steady. Your head is lifted, your spine is straight. Take a minute to come back to your breath. Release your hands, and we're going to move into an extended hand-to-toe balancing pose. So tuck in your left leg into your chest. Grab your finger, your index finger and your thumb, and try to grab your big toe and just hook it. Now, if this is a good enough balance for you right here, you can stay here, or You can try to extend that front leg forward, keeping your gaze on something so that you don't fall, focusing. Your core is strong and tight. Bring your knee back into your chest and extend it now right behind you. Your arms are on either side of you, like an airplane, into warrior three. Let's get your balance. See if you can flex that back foot. Drop that back foot into a 45-degree angle. Extend your arms out to the side into warrior two, making sure that your ankles are in line with one another. Inhale, bring your right arm to the outside of your right foot. Left arm extends to the sky into triangle pose. Feeling the stretch in your inner thigh. Energy is coming right out of that left hand. Really extend it. Helicopter your arms back onto the mat. Your right foot meets your left into downward facing dog. Walking up to the front of your mat. We're going to do the other side. Take a deep inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. This time we're going to bring in our right knee to our chest. Clasping our big toe with your index finger and your thumb, with your right index finger and thumb. Again, you can stay here if you'd like. Or if you want to try extending your leg, just extend it right out in front of you and hold. You might find that you have more balance on one side than another, and that's okay. I definitely have one side that's more flexible than the other. Bringing your knee back into your chest, extending it right behind you, flexing that back foot into warrior three. You can bring your hands to your chest if you like in a prayer position, or keep your arms extended out to the side. Drop that back foot down at a 45-degree angle. Extend your arms out to either side into warrior two. Really feeling the energy coming out of your fingertips. Inhale, drop your left arm down to the outside of your left foot. Right arm extends to the sky into triangle pose. Trying to really keep yourself in line here, not to try to come forward, but keeping one straight line with your legs and your hip and your back. Inhale, back up. Helicopter your hands back onto the mat. Bring your left foot in to meet your right into downward dog. Move on forward into plank position. Take a little vinyasa, lower down into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat into a forward fold. And just let your head hang loose here. Just hang very loose. Take a deep inhale, raising your arms up to the sky, lowering down into chair pose. This is a great exercise to strengthen your legs, to work your core, keeping your shoulders away from your ears, so bringing your shoulders down. Bringing your palms together. Inhale, exhale, and twist to the left so that your right elbow is on the outside of your left knee. And just enjoy that twist. Just breathe. Release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Hands to heart center. We're going to do the other side. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower down into chair pose. And don't forget to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Bringing your palms together, twisting now to the right side, so your left elbow is on the outside of your right knee. And try to keep your hips forward. Try not to twist them. Your hips are straight forward. You're just twisting at the waist. Release your hands down to the ground. Forward fold. Again, just ragdoll it out. Let it all go. Take a deep inhale. Coming back up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take a minute here just to ground ourselves for our next balancing position. Really focusing on your breath, bringing your attention back to your breath. Really focusing on all four corners of your feet, grounded into the floor beneath you. You're looking straight ahead. You're strong and you're stable in this position. You're grounded. We're going to move into tree pose from here. So we're going to take our left leg, and I'll turn around to demonstrate. Take your left leg and you can either bring it just to right above your ankle and keep it here. Or if you want to test your balance a little bit more, you can bring your foot on the inside of your right thigh. We're not putting our knee, we're not putting our foot where our knee is what I'm trying to say. It's either going to be below your knee or above your knee. Now from here, you could either extend your arms up to the sky like a tree. You can keep your hands in prayer. Wherever you are, just focus on something in front of you. Your gaze is forward. Your core is tight, keeping you stable. And just enjoy this pose. Dropping your left leg down. Give it a little shake if you need to. And we're going to transition into eagle pose. So I'm going to demonstrate how this pose is going to look. Keeping your legs loose. A little bend in them is okay. We're going to take our left leg, bringing it over our right so that the knees are in line with one another. If you can hook your foot, even better. I can't. So I'm going to just leave it here. We're making sure that our hips are forward. So if you need to twist like this just to get your ankle to wrap around your leg, that's not what we want. So we want to keep it straight and forward. So if this is where you are, then you stay here. Or you can always just keep your foot onto the ground and balance there. So just keep your hands on your pelvis as we get into this position so that you know that they're straight. From here, we're going to bring our arms out in front of us, extending right in front of us. Taking your right arm underneath your left and bending them at the elbows. And your palms are now facing each other. Your back is straight. Your shoulders are away from your ears, so just lower them down. If you can, try to lift up your elbows a little bit higher so that you're feeling a deeper stretch in the shoulder blades. Or if this bending at your elbows is too difficult, you can keep them up here. You can keep them just crossed like a crossing guard, wherever you're at. As long as your hips are forward. If you want, you can even try to lower a little bit more without kind of crunching yourself. You're still keeping your back straight and hips are forward. Come yourself back up. Release your arms, release your legs. Give them a little bit of a shake. Actually, just release your whole body. Let's just take a big stretch. Inhale, hands up and down. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, release. Exhale, hands up. One more time. Hands back down. Bend those knees. Exhale, hands up. Just loosen up for the next side. We're going to move into our tree pose again. This time we're taking our right leg either right above our ankle or on your inner thigh above your knee. Find your balance. You can keep your hands at heart center. You can bring your arms up to the sky like a tree. Just focus your gaze in front of you on something. Your core is tight. Your left foot is grounded into the floor beneath you. Bring your arms down. Release your right leg. Give them a little bit of a shake. Keeping your knees just loose, a little bit bent. Bringing now your left leg over your right. As much as you can. You can keep it down here if you need to. Again, keeping your hands on your pelvis so that you know that you're still keeping them forward when getting into this position. So crossing that leg over. Bringing your arms out in front of you. Roll your shoulders back so that your shoulders are away from your ears. Bringing your left arm now underneath your right into a little bit of a cross here. And then if you'd like, bend at the elbows so that your palms are facing. Making sure that your elbows are in line with your knees. Your hips are straight. You can lift your elbows a little bit more if you'd like for a deeper stretch. You can lower yourself down into a chair pose if you'd like, but keeping that back straight. We're not doing any contortionist moves here. We're just making sure everything is in line. And release. Shake it out. That really tests my balance. So from here, we're going to just stretch out our body after that balancing. So bringing yourself now back to the middle of your mat. We're going to take a deep inhale. Exhale, start to lower your body down, your bottom down, a little lower, until you reach and are seated at the mat. You can cross your legs, or if you want to get a deeper stretch, I enjoy this pose a lot actually when I'm sitting a lot. I'll demonstrate. I bring my left leg just above my right so that my ankle is on top of my right knee and it's just in a straight line. And my right is parallel and just underneath my left. And from here, you'll feel a deeper stretch into your outer thigh. You can keep your hands just above your foot and your knee, bending forward just as far as you go until you feel a stretch. If you don't want to do this pose and it's too much, just stay in a seated position and bring your body forward to get a stretch. Completely up to you. Again, we're listening to what our body needs. My body's telling me I need to stretch a little bit more. And release. We can flip over to the other side. If we're in this pose, now our right leg is coming over our left leg. Your ankle is right on top of your knee. Your hand is resting on your knee and you're coming forward. Legs are parallel and on top of each other. If you're still in a seated position, just enjoy the stretch. Coming back up. From here, we're going to go into bound angle pose. So bringing, or butterfly pose, you might know it as, bringing our feet together. Feeling the stretch on your inner thigh, you can kind of push them down a little bit if you need that deeper stretch. Clasp your hands around your feet and start to bend forward. Feeling that nice stretch in your inner thighs. Your back is still straight, it's not curved. Your gaze is facing just a little bit in front of you, not directly under you, but just gazing a little bit forward. Extend your legs out on either side of you so that they're wide into a wide-legged seated position. Bring your hands and start to walk them forward just as far as you can go. We're just getting a gentle stretch here. We're not trying to strain anything. So just go as far as you can go. And just breathe. Bringing all your breath and your energy into the areas that you're stretching. Walk your hands back up to the center. Bring your legs together. We're going to start to lower down onto our backs. And we're going to move into a bridge pose. So just bringing your knees a little bit closer to your bottom. Your knees are bent. Take an inhale and lift your hips up to the sky. Keeping your arms on either side of you. If you want a deeper stretch, you can clasp your hands underneath so that they're just underneath your bottom. Gazing up to the ceiling. And just breathe. Release your arms, lower your body down. Bringing our knees now closer to our chest, towards our elbows, clasping our big toes or the outside of our feet with our two hands into happy baby. You can rock back and forth here if you'd like. Do a little massage on your lower back. Really feeling that stretch on the inner thighs again. Just breathe. Releasing your legs out in front of you. Remaining in your lying down pose and moving into Shavasana. Just gonna lower myself. Okay, go. And just focusing in on your breath. Take an inhale. Exhale and sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Your legs are loose. Your arms are melting into the ground beneath you. And just focus on your breath. You don't have to manipulate your inhales or your exhales. Just let it be. I like to include a mantra during my Shavasana or meditation. It helps me focus when my mind starts to wander, and it brings me back to my meditation, if I have something to focus my energy on. Today, our mantra is, I am strong, I am stable, I am at peace. I am strong, I am stable, I am at peace. You can repeat that to yourself if you'd like, if you find your mind wandering. And just take this time for yourself. When you're ready, you can roll over onto your side. Push yourself up with your right arm. Coming into a seated position, you can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Take a deep inhale, raising your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Open your eyes. Thank you for joining me today on this balancing yoga flow. I hope you feel a little bit more balanced and relaxed, and I hope it gave you the balance that you needed for today. Have a great night. Thank you.